sexy voice, sexy cleavage, beauty smile.
Got it all.
You making my Sunday night. I ain't even going front. And so, how you doing tonight, darling?
I'm doing great. It's a Sunday fun day, I like to say. So, it's been a lovely day. I'm excited to chat with you and, yeah, unwind.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And I must say that smokers. I'm talking to a lady that is. Let's just say you didn't work with some very big top companies.
I'm
You done work
trying
with
my
some
best.
big dogs and stuff and everything. And I'm gonna ask you this question. We're gonna start here. What do you like working with the mainstream companies? What do you like about working with them?
I like that I get to expose myself to new fans, right? Like, I grow my fan base every mainstream scene I put out there, and I get all of these new incredible supporters and fans who end up becoming really loyal to me and my content and my craft. And I think that's like one of the best things, right? Is just the amount of eyes you get on you is fantastic and has really enabled me to like get myself in front of so many more people than I had before.
Yes, because I know if you think back that you didn't think that you would be where you at now. You get what I'm saying? Especially how long you been in the business. First of all, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, so in the adult film industry, I just had my 2 year anniversary. So before that, I was a cam girl on and off, but I had never done like real serious professional content creation and studio work. I started that 2 years ago, just past 2 years, and yeah, it's been a wild whirlwind.
2 years, people, and I must say it was a strong 2 years. God dang it! So with that being said, smokers, it's time to smoke it over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am. I'm Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Four sponsors to tell you about. You know them and you love them. The first one being GarageSizzleMagazine.com. Next up, BlushErotica.com. For you people that love candles, the Kinky Candle Company. Also, if you need legal help, I got you covered. Mitchell Ferrari, aka the Queen of Law. Also, you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswapradio.com, as well as the sgpradio.com, as well, last but not least, skyhawkafterdarktv.com. Now, I've been waiting all week to interview this gorgeous, sexy, and voluptuous porn actress who has been making a strong name in this business and giving guys an even stronger nut. So I'm going to sit back and let this beautiful woman with the sexy cleavage and the beautiful smile and the innocent demeanor introduce herself. Tell them who you is, baby.
Hello, I am Nina Nova. I am a porn performer out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. I've been in the business about 2 years now. I've been a cam girl for almost eight. I literally got a degree in human sexuality, so I really love sex and everything sex. I love the physical, I love the mental, I love the emotional, and I am really happy and pleased and grateful to be here.
Oh, most definitely. So, with that being said, when it comes to before we go into the time machine, explain the mental aspect of porn.
Oh my God, there's so much of it, right? Like, there's the mental kind of stimulation of the fact that, like, you're providing this, like, really awesome pleasure to people, right? Like, you're getting to connect, like, with people all across the world and provide them pleasure, which is really, really exciting and, like, titillating to me as an exhibitionist, especially. Um, but then there's, like, also just the connection that you experience when you're experiencing like physical intimacy and sex, right? Like there's something really like awesome about that. Like my job is just awesome in a lot of different aspects. But yeah, there's like a bunch of different mental aspects to it. But I think of those two first and foremost, like the connection and the physical feel good that like your mental gets, and then also the ability to provide pleasure to so many
Mhm.
people all across the world.
Yes, because I that's what I really enjoyed when I was filming was getting the feedback from the fans. They said I had that happen to me. I thought about that. I dreamt that. I imagined that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
How it feels to be able to tap into the fans' imagination and you become their imagination.
Yeah, you make their fantasies a reality, right? Like that's my favorite thing to say to everybody, right? Like let me make your fantasy a reality. Like I want to like bring people pleasure in that way. Like I can actually bring what you're imagining to life and do so in an artistic way and like work with other people in the industry to make your wildest imaginations come true. And that's like a gift. That's such a cool gift to be able to do that. Like what?
Yes. Oh yes. Yes. It's a gift to look sexy with a dick in your mouth, ladies and gentlemen. It's you know what I'm saying? You got to have skills for that. And she's great at it. Now, let's go in the time machine. Let's go back. Let's go back before the porn. What got you into webcamming?
So I actually had a friend in college who kind of noticed that I was down and out and was financially strapped, and she knew that I was really interested in human sexuality and in like what that really means. So she was like, "Hey, I think you might be interested in camming at the studio that I work at. Like, why don't you come and give it a try?" And I just like opened my mind to it and gave it a try, and I really tapped into my own sensuality and like into like a really awesome money source for being like 19 out of fresh out of high school. Like so it really empowered me in like a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
Is that hold on. People, did you hear what she said? She went to a studio. So back then, so how please explain to people, paint the picture, the studio. You feel me?
It's
When you went to the studio for the first
different.
time webcamming. Yeah.
So I was not ultimately in the end. I was not a studio type girly. Like I left the cam studio and wanted to really work independently. But to be really clear, if you're working with a studio, you're not working independently in most cases. In my case, I had signed a contract. I was contractually bound to that studio, and I was paying a lot of money to use their space and not receiving much else support otherwise. So I have some critiques of the studio model, but it did allow me access to something that didn't feel like accessible to me. Like I was able to find camming through the studio, so I'm really grateful for that. But ultimately, I left and found more success camming independently. But it was a little bit of a process to leave because I had signed a contract. So there are pros and cons to every type of kind of camming work, independent studio, just like there are for porn. So it's really, really interesting. I was definitely like a let me set up my own content room, cam from home on my own time kind of girly. And I'm so glad I found that because also my set design is top tier now. Like,
Oh my goodness. Yes, Lord. So shoot. So when when so you cam for 8 years. So
yes.
what helped you become successful with camming? What helped you become successful with camming? Period. Because I mean,
Yeah.
females usually think it's all about just being in front of the camera and shoving the dildo in their pussy. So what was that made you successful? Because you ain't gonna stay in something unless you're making money from it.
Exactly. So for me with camming is I kind of like had a seasonal relationship to it. I would cam for maybe like 4 months out of the year. I would take hiatuses, which kept me sane because sometimes camming can really get to you. If you're camming like 40 hours a week, wow, that stuff can be exhausting. But ultimately, what really got me successful throughout all those years when I was like, going in and out of camming, every time I would be able to find success because when I really wanted to cam and I set my mind to it and I was consistency, I was able to find success. And I built a fan base that has followed me into my porn performance career. And like now I have fans who are my porn fans that were my cam clients from 7 years ago. So it's really just
Mm.
continuing to have some kind of like persona, online persona, some kind of like brand that is consistent, and then also consistency in your practice, whatever that is, consistency in your craft. Like if camming is it, then you better cam consistently. Like that's what I found at
Oh
least.
yeah, no, because the thing about with camming is you got to be able to talk them into the room and keep them in the room and keep them tipping.
It's a lot of sales
And
and marketing and
plus, yeah, no, go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish.
oh, it's just a lot of sales and marketing. Like it's a lot of like converting people and keeping them converted while you're being like sensual and sexual and half naked. It's a lot of more like mental work than people think, like business kind of negotiation.
Hmm. Oh yeah. So shoot. So how many hours did you webcam a day?
It depended, but some days I would have really great days and I would just stay on cam for like maybe 10 hours, literally. Like if I was having a great day, I wasn't getting off until I felt like I had met my goal. Some days I would work as little as two. Like that's one of the beauties of camming is that you really get to make your own schedule. But on average, it was probably about like 5 or 6 hours at a time. And then on the good days, I would stay on for longer because I'm about the bag.
Oh yeah, you got to get it while it's hot. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you start looking to get into the porn side of things, and how did you go about doing that?
Yeah. So I have been a volunteer with SWADE, the Sex Worker Mutual Aid Collective out of Nevada. They're a group of sex workers that provide mutual aid grants and harm reduction supplies to sex workers in need. So they do a lot of cool community work. I have been a volunteer with them for several years. I knew a lot of people in the industry, and I actually got laid off from one of my office jobs. And I realized that I wasn't happy doing a 9 to 5. I wasn't happy doing office work, and I really wanted something different. And I talked to some of my friends because I was only camming part time back then. I had never actually invested my time full time into sex work. So then I was talking to some of my friends in the porn industry, some of them being like Xander Corvus and Olive Glass, Cody Moore, and like I just started to get a little bit deeper into the possibility of doing porn. And then I really just said, fuck it, I'm betting on me. And I quit my other job. I went full time into porn and content creation. And now here I am. I just kind of dove headfirst straight in.
Oh my goodness. So now we get to the content side of things. So at first, how it one, the fact that she just named off some legendary names. Let's just get that out of the way. She's just gonna skate over that. Like we didn't hear that. Both of them were legends that she just named. So now, so you learning from the best. Let's just start there. But even
Yes.
more so than that, let's talk about the first shoot you did. Now, their first shoot was, of course, was content trade. I take it.
The first shoot I did was with Queer Crash, which was content trade. It was with the studio, but it was a content trade. It was. So
So now let's
it was
unpack.
pretty exciting.
Oh God. So let's unpack it. So tell us about the first time on set, you shooting, was you nervous? What did they do to make you feel comfortable on set so you can shoot your best? How the shoot went, what type of shoot, paint the picture.
I love this. Yes, I will paint the picture. So my first shoot was with Queer Crash, which is project with Dahlia Von Knight and Electra Rain. It's a sapphic porn site run by sapphic women, and it features like women and trans folk and non-binary folk, and it's a really, really queer, like sapphic site, like very like lesbian. And I was really excited to get my first scene with Lady Lazarus there. Lady Lazarus is this incredible, incredibly sexy model with a split tongue and just super hot, tatted all over, like super intimidating, but was like beyond lovely and delightful. I got to set, and everyone on set was really, really careful and like, mindful and, wanted to know what my boundaries were, how to make me feel comfortable. They knew it was my first shoot. And it was really a really considerate set to be on. Every time I've worked with Queer Crush, I've had a similar experience. It's just like really a lovely vibe that the set brings. And yeah, it went amazing. Like it was such a like genuine scene. It was very like it was gonzo. Like we just went for it and like had sex, and we had a great time, and it showed. And I have had every time I've shot with them, that's the experience. Like I have a great time with my co-performer, and it shows on camera. And I love those type scenes. And it was a really awesome dipping of my toe in to the industry for my first.
Oh, for sure, and with a professional company, I may add, period, and as a
Yes.
girl. So, cause that split tongue, I'm curious about that. My damn self, I'm like, wait a second, wait a second.
It's a good one.
That was
And then
good as shit.
I have another one with lavender, which is really, really also an awesome one. I need to go back. It's been like probably about a year. Like I feel like I've done one a year with Queer Crush, and I think it's about time I give Electra and Dahlia a call.
Most definitely. So now, when it came to the boy girl side of things, um, how do you go about getting that content, finding your male talent, and everything, and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So when I'm doing content and it's boy girl content, for me it's all about people that I've worked with on professional sets that I feel comfortable with. I like to shoot with people that I've met before, either in professional settings, on set, or at industry events, where I've been able to see them just like in the zone, like I want to know the people I'm working with. So I usually shoot with friends in the industry. And then, yeah, I've been doing a little bit more content recently. Um, I'm excited to expand my own personal content library and repertoire. I've been focusing so much on mainstream shoots. Now it feels really exciting to kind of hone in on what I want to create for my own site. Um, so yeah, it's been fun. I've recently shot with like a couple different male talent. Some are up and coming, and some are new to the industry. Some are established. I've been doing like customs, like go find my OnlyFans if you want a custom. Really doing a lot of fun stuff, a lot of boy girl fun stuff.
So interesting, because you say you, which I'm gonna get to the paid gigs in a minute, fellas. Give me a second. You interesting that when you say the male talent that you use are the people that you find on set. Now, I'm a firm believer in this. If you want to take this business seriously, if you want to be big time in this business, these companies and people do pay attention to who the hell you fuck on camera.
Oh,
Your brand is
absolutely.
built off of who you fuck on camera, man or woman. So
Absolutely. And I've
please
worked with
preach
some
to
new
why
folks.
pre
Yes.
yeah preach to why it's a safe bet for you to work with people that you shot with on these sets.
Absolutely, because you don't want to dilute your brand necessarily. Like everything you do to build your brand needs to be in alignment with, like you need to put yourself in the room that you want to be in. You need to shoot the way that you want to be shot. Like you need to create content that is in alignment with like what you are working toward. So for me, it's a lot. I mean, all of this work, all of what you really do in business in any realm is networking, right? It's like who you know. It's the way that you
Uh-huh.
work a room. It's the way that you pull an audience. So for me, I keep all of that in mind when I'm really choosing the studios I work with, choosing the producers I'm pursuing, choosing the male talent I'm shooting with. Like I am always thinking with that 10-year goal in mind. Because if you don't, you're being short sighted. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're not thinking like beyond, like then you're not really ultimately in alignment with your end goal and your purpose.
Yeah, me from talking to producers from even back in the day when I got in the business, they looked at who the hell that girl was fucking,
Hmm.
and sometimes it was a difference of whether she got booked or not. Honestly,
They want to
because to
know.
them they want guys, yeah, because they want guys that when you work with someone that does this seriously, it's a different look on film than someone that's new, that haven't done it or
Hmm.
doesn't take it serious. Trust me, it's a
Hmm.
difference. It's a difference.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like post and like literally all of the like logistical parts of shooting. Like you can tell someone who's just like a guy with a camera versus somebody who's a talent. You know, like you can tell who is
Yeah,
talent, and that matters. And yeah, like how you look on camera is everything in this industry for real. So,
no, definitely. Now, content trade, I always talk about this. Content trade is different from paid gigs. And we know you have gotten paid gigs because I know the companies I saw you with. So let's break down the first paid gig that you did. You know, because that's a
yes.
different style of shoot, different circumstances, all that shit. So what was your first paid gig? First
My
major gig?
first paid gig, my first paid gig was with Asiani, and it was Glory Hole Secrets and Gangbang Cream Pie in one day. So I started off in the morning with a 7 guy glory hole, um, swallowing every single load, and then an hour later I took an hour break, and then I did a 5 guy gangbang for Gangbang Cream Pie with a blow bang and all. So similar to kind of how I dove right in every other way, I dove right in with my first paid gig. I said, "Fuck it, let's get gangbanged on camera and do a glory hole and just fulfill some of most of the population's deepest fantasies, probably in 6 hours."
So now the question I got to ask: when you found out that you're gonna do a gangbang, how happy and ready were you for the gangbang?
I was ecstatic. I was enthused. I was literally geeked. I had always wanted to do that, so it was like super exciting, and I was eager to get on set, and it fulfilled all of my expectations.
Oh my God! So I've got to answer the question: what type of orgasm, what type of high you get off of doing a gangbang? Because every female I talk to, they give me different things of what what the get off is for doing one.
Oh, for me, the it's the mental of the gangbang. It's like the free use aspect. It's like these people, this
Mm-hmm.
group of people get to use my body to experience the any amount of pleasure that they want, and they'll stop when they're done,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm there for their use. And also like who doesn't love getting thrown around like a rag doll? I don't know. So it's those aspects for me.
Oh, so you like it rough, huh?
I do sometimes in the right setting.
I, uh, no, because it seems like you the type of female that what unlocks you is more of sensualness
Yeah,
and
I'm a
stuff and
sensual
that
type
type of
bitch.
sex.
Yeah, I'm a passionate lover.
Oh, I can see from looking at your pictures and your body, you 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 what I call that steak. You know, I got to eat that slow. You feel me?
Oh, oh
I
yeah,
can't rush that. I can't rush that meal. You feel what I'm saying?
that was a good
So
one.
now, So for you now, how much are you in awe of the paid work that you're getting? Because from what I'm understanding is you say you really just starting to get into the swing of doing content. So that means that you've been getting a lot of mainstream work. You get what I'm saying? Period. So for you, how surreal is that? Because some girls don't get work like that, and then the companies that you're hitting. And please, you
Yeah,
can name drop the companies if you choose to. I mean, by all means, so people can understand the name
it
companies
is
that.
really surreal, right? Like I put myself out there in an industry that is cutthroat, that is oversaturated with incredible performers. And I really decided to put myself out there full time and pursue mainstream work primarily. It's what I spent the last 2 years like setting my heart on. And I've been able to build a portfolio of scenes, from like Brazzers, Reality Kings, Blush Erotica, Kink, Girlfriend Films, all of these different incredible companies, PLDR Premium, Summer Heart Studios. I've been able to find myself really awesomely in some incredible situations. And it's been a lot of work, a lot of intentional hard work, and it does feel surreal every day. I just got my big feature with Reality Kings with Mick Blue and Lasagna Del Rey. It's like my first like main
Mm,
lead with the Brazzers Network, and I'm super stoked. And that day, really, it set in for me. Like, oh wow, like I've made, I've figured it out. I made it. Like I did it. Like I'm
mm.
here now. And that was a really awesome feeling to, feel like, oh, I'm amongst the big dogs now. And yeah, it definitely is surreal. And I just feel really grateful for everyone who's given me an opportunity that got me here. I wouldn't have been able to do it without literally so
Yeah.
many people in this industry believing in me. But yeah, it is a surreal moment.
Oh my God! People, y'all just don't know. She is pancake. so, so now here's the other thing too. Now, because people don't understand when it comes to when you do these studio shoots, because we in the content creation era. OnlyFans, what have you. So, one, you don't have time to get to know that male time like that.
Hmm.
Two, you got short time to develop chemistry in a scene that is being directed. So there's a lot of stop and go. So preach to getting used to shooting that style.
It's different, right? Like you don't just get to shoot on your own time and on your own flow, right? Like there are many times where you'll show up to set and they have the exact layout of every single position you have to do for the amount of time you're probably going to have to do it, and you have to make that look real and sexy and erotic. And it's a different game, right? Like you are not necessarily on your own timetable, but for me, it's all about just like it's like method acting. I don't know, like getting in the zone and like showing up. And like for me, I really try to connect with my co-performers like real quickly in some way. Like I'll make a joke, I'll like chat with them about their week or whatever, how work's going, just anything to kind of build some kind of rapport before we get on set. And then yeah, it's literally just in the moment. Like how are you showing up? Like how are you going with the flow and creating something that feels really, really special and erotic? It's definitely a skill.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I mean, me, I never went full blown Hollywood, but when I shot studio style. Period. It treated like a set, like any what I'm saying, studio would treat it or
Hmm.
what have you, and stuff. And two,
Absolutely.
I was just sitting here looking at her ride a dick. She can ride dick wonderfully, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, damn. From girlfriend's POV, I take it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, okay.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, so for you, because you done shot with Brazzers, you done shot with Reality King. Now we coming to your content. I was always taught the way they see you, they need to see you. So now, what type of content will we be getting from Nina Nova
We're
that
gonna
we're
be
not
getting
getting from you shooting with them?
we're gonna be getting a lot more, probably like a little bit crazier concepts, right? Like when it comes to my own content, I'm trying to push the boundaries as much as I can. Like I want to self-direct my own gangbang. I want to do more kind of like alternative scenes. I want to work with like more smaller studios, kind of like alt erotic. Well, they're not small by any means, but some
Mm-hmm.
more like different brands, some more brands in the industry. And then I want to like really hone in on what makes all of my fans tick, right? And for them, some of them that's gangbangs, for some of them it's cream pies, for some of them it's plot based, like really story driven scenes. So I just want to get
Yeah.
more in alignment with
That,
what my fans are looking for.
but see, also too, I think you working with these companies taught you the art of being a sex symbol.
Oh,
And how
yeah.
important is it in this business to understand the art of being a sex symbol?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the whole bit, right? Like you are a fantasy, you are a dream, you are a vision, and that's what you have to kind of one. You have to embody that level of eroticism and sensuality at minimum, like that level of power and confidence. You have to exude it. Like you have to believe in yourself. Nobody's gonna believe you're a sex symbol or you're sexy or confident or bad if you aren't actually sexy, confident, and bad. Like so, I mean, like, it's really important to understand the mental of it and also, like, how to work to people's desires and how to keep people,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, under your spell, like, really encaptured by your essence. So, it's definitely an art.
So now, the one thing I always talk about and I love about our business is the grace of sexual discovery. So, what did you discover about yourself sexually that you didn't know before porn?
Oh my God, what haven't I discovered? Okay, I guess like one of the first things is I really like foot worship or belly worship or like muscle like worship. I think it's a worshiping thing. Maybe it's just a worshiping thing, but I really love that and I didn't expect it. Like, okay, yeah, lick my dirty feet. And then um, I really like this mixed wrestling thing I've been getting into. I've been working with Evolved Fights and doing
Mm-hmm.
like girl and boy
Ooh.
wrestling, like sex submission fights. That's been really fun and has pushed me physically
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I didn't expect, like literally just making me be a physical
Mm-hmm.
competitive person. Like not many people are full on wrestling in their adult age
Mm-hmm.
randomly. So I don't know, that's like two things that come to mind.
Oh my goodness! So we already figured out that you do gangbangs. Do you do anal?
I have done anal. So one of my first scenes was an extreme anal scene with Pink for Everything But. It's a girl anal series. And then I haven't
Mm-hmm.
done any other pro anal scenes since, and I'm thinking it's about time I break that hiatus. So stay tuned.
Oh my god! And do how much do you love anal, and how strong is the orgasm you get from it?
I am a backdoor fan. I'll admit it. I am a DP fan, ultimately, at the end of the day. For me, like, the
Ooh, that was the
orgasm
next
is
question I was going to
strongest.
ask.
Yeah, for me, the orgasm is strongest with, like, double penetration. Like, I need it all. I need it all. So that's how I prefer it.
Oh no, that was the next question I was going to ask. Has she done a DP? She kind of already asked before I
Oh,
could get to it. So there you go.
yeah, yeah, and yeah.
So so when it comes down to it, it's I know this is the one thing that and I want you to appreciate this because there's a lot of people don't talk real shit when it comes to when we get into this business. And one of the things is you have to make sacrifices. One of those sacrifices is in your personal sex life because, especially in your case, because you're shooting mainstream, you live and eat off of the paid gigs, and eventually that content gonna start kicking in because she's too hot, fellas. It's going to kick in. Trust me. So preach to the sacrifice that you had to make in your personal life to chase this.
I
That people just don't
mean,
understand what you have to sacrifice.
yeah, people don't understand that this is a lifestyle. Like it's a job and it's work, but in my opinion, it's a lifestyle also. Like you have to build your brand, you have to build a persona. You have to, if you really, really want to succeed, like live, eat, breathe, sleep this shit, and like not take your eyes off of the goal at any time. And honestly, like if you're that committed to anything, like personal relationships can suffer, right? Like you have to sleep, eat, live,
Mm-hmm.
breathe this shit. And I definitely have noticed that, right? Like it can get in the way. And then also like just in terms of like physical safety, like I'm not out here like hooking up at the bar. I'm not doing that. Like I have to be safe for my co-performers, and I'm on test, like I'm tested, and I have an obligation to my co-performers. I can't just go out and be my 27-year-old slutty self that I want to be with the public. Like I have to make a lot of sacrifices, not only in the way I live my life, but in my personal relationships and in, my sexual life, because I have a dream and a goal that's bigger than bigger than me. I have a commitment to that goal and that dream, and it gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah. So a lot of females get into business, and I mean it's okay if they don't want to go mainstream or shoot with mainstream companies or shoot with companies in general.
Hmm.
But the ilk that I came from, that what you're supposed to do. Period. That's the whole point. It's to use them to get the notoriety so that when you have your content, you can make money because them fans gonna be looking for your shit. So speak to how much you shooting with these companies from Nebraska, what have you, has propelled your career and set you up for when you start dropping that content, it's gonna pop off the shelves. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, like, I went from when I started feeling like 1,200 followers was awesome to being over 22,000 followers in 2 years. And like that took a lot of work, but a lot of that came from my studio scenes, from working with these companies and like building and developing a fan base that's really devout, that really wants to see my content. Like, I've been noticing the more I water my OnlyFans, the more it grows. Like, the more I invest in the time I put
Yeah.
into it and the content I put out, the more my fans are really flourishing and like having a blast, and the more my business is
Mm,
doing well. So, I've been
mm,
tracking that, and like I'm really grateful to have all the fans that I have, and it just keeps growing. Some of my scenes are yet to even come out, some of my biggest ones. So we're gonna see what roller coaster ride that sends us on. But really, everything is in pursuit of, everything I do is in pursuit of the most success I can get, but also an independent creator future, right? Like, isn't that the dream, to be able to retire one day and just make your own content and like
well,
be
well, I
comfortable?
can't. I can't call you an independent content creator. You're an independent porn star. Let's just we
I
she's a
know, that's
porn
what I'm
star.
saying. I know, that's what I'm saying. Isn't the thing that I want to just retire to be an independent content creator one day? But right now, I am
Yeah.
building the fan base that will hopefully enable me to do that one day. Hang it up. But for now, I'm in it. You're sweet.
And And two, and like I said, I just can't express premium smokers. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't wait to bring on the premium smoker because dog, that body, Jesus, Lord have mercy. I was like, damn. I was like, Jesus Christ. So, but even to when it comes to the like I said, the business end of it, you know,
Mhm.
a lot of girls choose not to do content because they got to handle a
Mhm.
lot of it. You feel me?
Mhm.
So, first question: how often do you film to keep up with updates for your OnlyFans and stuff like that? And are you looking to add more platforms to your brand?
Yes. So I film probably a couple times a month. I should film more. I try to film for my own content like at least once a cycle, so twice a month. And I have a backlog that I'm working off of right now. And then I'm looking to increase that number. I'm looking to shoot more.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of male talent in the valley that I have a lot of chemistry with that are really awesome. That I have in mind for some content trades. I'll be reaching out to you soon if you can feel these mental tickles. um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I've just been like trying to work a little bit each cycle on creating some more content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So because for you when you do a session, is it one scene a day or y'all might do like two? You know, when you
It
get together for
depends.
your
It
content
depends on the male
session.
talent. It depends on the male talent. Sometimes it'll be like two scenes, like if we have a huge chunk of time to put away for the day and the person is like up for it. But a lot of the times it's like one scene, we throw together a scene, some like marketing material, some promotional stuff, like, and then we call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the people that I'm shooting content trades with are also shooting mainstream scenes throughout the week, and like, we're doing this on the side. So it's nice, like we'll be able to connect and do one scene, call it quits, and go home.
No, I get it because you can't shoot yourself out.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
it
saying? Because
will
a lot of times
happen.
people shoot so much. Now go ahead.
Yeah, it'll happen. Like if you shoot too many times, like you'll just get tired of the shit. Like it's easy to get tired of anything if you do it 10, 12, 14 times a week. Like
Mhm. Yeah. So and two also it make you not fresh for the scenes you need to be fresh for.
And I'm never trying to
Because
be
I
at
mean,
anything less than my best. Never. I'm trying to be at my best if I'm showing up to set. So I'm not trying to be burnt out. That sucks.
oh no, because like the shoots you be doing, she held the pretty girl scene probably last longer than the fuck scene. The pretty girl picture probably, excuse me, the pretty girl photo shoot probably lasts longer than the fuck scene. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like everything leading up to it can take a lot longer than the fucking. You are not wrong.
That's why I commend the dudes that you got to sit there and wait and wait and wait.
Yeah.
So, so for you, how is it? Because I know you also had to do scripts. How is it to like learn those scripts, and or do they do really improv more so?
I've done scripts, and a lot of the time, I'm really lucky to work with crews that like trust me to ad lib off of a script. Like
Mm-hmm.
to read the script, get the gist, and then say it in a way that feels right to me and right in the setting. So, it's awesome to be able to like really work with the crew to figure out what's going to work best given the vibe of the scene, and to really like figure out the flow and to be able to suggest things is really exciting too. Those are my favorite environments. But I've also done like more stricter scripts and I've done totally gonzo, like totally just freestyle ad libbing. All of them are really fun in their own ways. I like a script. I did like theater when I was younger, and I love acting, so I actually love a script, and I love an ad lib. So it's always fun for me. It's always fun.
Yeah, because to because to me it's like this. One, because you're very open sexually, and the fact
Hmm.
that you already doing mainstream stuff is no surprise. Because I tell females, once you get into that circle, it kind of hits. Are you with an agency or are you independent?
So right now I'm represented by Fox Modeling, but that's a really recent development, and I was self-booking up until like this summer. So I was self-booking majority of my
Damn.
career, and just yeah, just signed with an agency.
So
Super
wait a
recent.
second. So we can sit here and say the first year and 3 quarters, she was getting big name company shoots independently. Now, with that
Yeah.
being said, the fact that you were getting independently, how much that shows me how professional of a lady you are. Speak to how ladies should act on set.
Absolutely. For me, the rule is to remember that no matter how much fun we're having, like this is still work. Like this is still a job. This is still a work environment. Every time I show up to set, I'm introducing myself to everybody on set. I am I'm well mannered. I am lighthearted. I'll make a couple jokes trying to put people at ease, like lighthearted jokes. I am really invested in like making sure everyone on set feels at ease and comfortable in the work environment. It also means like being intentional about your networking and like connecting with the people that you work with. I do my best to thank every single person I work with at the end of every scene, to follow up with folks after I shoot for them, to thank them for the opportunity, to do my job promoting the scenes when they are released, even if they are a studio scene, doing my part to promote to my fan base the scene itself, and making sure I credit all of the people that worked on it. It's like all of those things. It's like really making sure that you are acting right, like you're just not acting crazy and out of pocket, like that you're humble and kind
Yeah.
and grateful to be there. like, and I just try to do that, and it's worked for me so far.
Yeah, because see, this one I want people to understand. There's levels to this shit. The higher the level, the more scrutiny it is.
Hmm.
Period. I used to tell girls when I sent them to Hollywood to work with Evase Bangles and those companies then. I said, it ain't the amount of time you got to worry about. It's that producer and that cameraman, period, and everything. And speak to this. It's a big industry, but it's small in nature. You get what I'm saying? Period.
Absolutely.
Speak to how these producers, these directors, they talk to each other. It was the reason why she got picked for all these because they asked the questions about Nina Nova. So go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, I can trace scenes back, Like you get one scene, you get in front of one producer, one director, that means you actually have gotten you've gotten more eyes on you than just that one person. Like it's all about building this network like a snowflake, right? Like you get on one set, it enables you to get on two other sets if you act right. People talk, and if you are putting yourself out there and making yourself seen, people are going to ask, hey, I saw Nina worked with you. Was she a good person to have on set? And if that person says yes, that's all the difference in whether or not you land another scene with a mainstream company. So it really is like half the work is just making sure you're an enjoyable person. And for some reason, a lot of people have a hard time with that. But I
Yeah,
really am
actually,
grateful to not.
no, because like I said, me knowing this industry, and I was just scrolling, I was like, God damn, she shot with them. Damn, damn. I said, oh shit. I said, yeah. I got a heavyweight right here, people. I got a heavyweight. And two, and two, I got it. How much you complimented about that booty? Because your ass is one of the nicest in the industry, babe.
Thank you. I do get quite a compliment, probably at least twice a scene.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'5",
Damn, I
so
thought you were
a
taller than
little.
that.
I know I give the illusion, but it's because I wear platform shoes and heels like everywhere I go. I am always giving tall bad bitch vibes because I'm in like a huge pair of platforms.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm old school, but I'm just that's the one thing I hate about this era. It's just girls don't want to wear fucking heels. It's like they just want to be barefoot all the damn time. I'm sorry. There's nothing sexy than some sexy legs and some heels.
I
Thigh
love me some
stockings. Oh
heels.
my god.
I love me some heels. I
See,
have over 30 pairs, and I wear them almost every day. It's very much my
I'm
thing.
sorry. There's nothing bigger turn on than a woman that got a 6 shoe game. You feel me? I'm
Yes,
just saying.
absolutely.
Oh my God. So people, I done held this gorgeous, beautiful future legend here on the Smokers Lounge long enough. We gave you almost an hour of great content. So you know I got to ask this beautiful lady the $1,000,000 question. Miss Nina Nova, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Yes.
There you go, people. She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge. And to my premium smokers that went to the Twitter page and saw what I saw, I'm going to get her to come to the premium smoke room. That's right, people. On loyal fans. You know what it is. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, plus special events. The conversation gets more saucier and it gets more unpredictable, wilder, crazy, more uncandid, more uncensored. The tits pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. And if you need to see some Triple X work, well, you can go to the Triple X store and see my work as I give ladies the work because big dicks grow in the sticks. That's why they call me Big Country when I was active. You feel me? Also, for my Spotify users, I got you also. Go over and subscribe on the Spotify side and check out Savage Smoke. And I talk to the industry's top male talents about the industry from a male's perspective, plus a variety of over 400 episodes of stuff from limited podcast series that I did in the past to premium smoke podcast episodes that's not on Loyal Fans and special stuff that I'm going to do for y'all over there on Spotify. So subscribe. Whether you want to be a premium smoker or you want to catch a savage smoke or do both. Either way, just subscribe. Now, speaking about subscribing, Miss Nina Nova, tell everybody where they can spend money on you, baby.
Absolutely. You can find me on OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/Nina Nova XOXO. You can find me on Twitter for all of the updates and all of the deals and all of the things at Nina Nova XOXO. And you can find all my links at allmylinks.com/Nina Nova XOXO.
She's just so fucking cute, ain't she, people? She's so sexy. Oh my goodness. So, people, what did we smoke over? What did we learn? What did we leave you with? Well, I always told you there's levels in this business. I told you the old school way of how girls got in this business. She's a throwback technically. You feel me? Coming into business working with established studio is keyword established. See, what I hate about this era is that everybody's not coming in looking to be a professional. They just want to come in and make sex tapes. They don't understand the art of making a fantasy, making people believe that you are as sexy as you say you are, make people lust for you. That's part of being a sex symbol. There's people that still jerking off the damn Marilyn Monroe's picture to this day. You feel me? And that's what porn does. It helps a woman. It gives her confidence, gives her sexual confidence, emotional confidence, mental confidence, as well as physical. Because porn nowadays is all about body types, all different body types, shapes, and everything. I remember when I was young, it was size zero. They ain't want no ass. Now they got females like her built like a brick house. Hey, feel me? But the point of what I want y'all to come with the most is that in anything you do, in order for you to advance, to gain entry to different levels, opportunities, you have to be a professional. You have to move as such. And as a woman, you really have to be a professional because a wise man told me this: anytime a woman loses respect as a businesswoman to men, she can't and will never get it back. So if you want to make money, you want to be a big name, you want to run with the big dogs, you got to learn the big dog rules and follow those rules. Because I tell everybody, the game don't adjust to you, you have to adjust to it. Now, I'm done. And you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You haven't learned anything. Smoke this over. Miss Nova, tell everyone goodbye, baby.
Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.